Hi everyone, how you doing? My name is Ippaku here on the Ippaku YouTube channel. We have Boba Fett, of course, disappearing into the green screen as he always does. He's very excited to be here as well. So this is a little bit different for us here on the Ippaku channel. We are going to do a quick little conversation. Shouldn't take too long here, just a minute or two, about PlayerUnknown's Battleground. So as you guys know, PlayerUnknown's Battleground launched their early access back on March 23rd. It has been just over 2 weeks right now, almost. They've gone through a lot of expansion, a lot of changes. We go back to the alpha where, the alpha where I was participating in the second part of the alpha, where we had 65 people per server and only solo. It's now where we have squads, duos, and 100 people on the servers. Tons of art updates, tons of graphic updates, tons of weapons updates, yes, would you agree? Sound updates, destructible doors, destructible fences, some unbreakable fences, and lighting updates. Just tons of updates that have gone on in this early access, all the way from alpha to beta early access. So I just kind of wanted to go through PlayerUnknown's notes for today. So of course, one of the great things about PlayerUnknown's Battleground is the communication between the developers and the community. It was seen in alpha, beta, and it's continued here in early access. And Boba is having a fun time today talking with us as well. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. We'll give him something to entertain himself with. Here, take this. Here you go. Play with that. Try not to kill anybody. So, yeah, I love you too. So let's talk about the updates today. There are several areas. There's the optimization for the client side, sounds, server performance were mentioned, and then we'll go into a couple other things. So one of the things that's been talked about is client optimization. Now, last week, the development team put out an update for their plan to have some very serious patches here within the next couple of weeks for optimization. Now, that's taking a lot of the balance from the CPU to the GPU and back and forth. So within doing that, that'll improve and allow systems that might not be able to play the game as well today to play it even better and increase and actually have some fun in the game. Because I know a lot of people are concerned about that with the lower end systems. Even with the high tier system like myself, there are some places that the FPS does drop even with good settings on there. So that is something that they're aware of and they're addressing. So that's going to be coming some more. One of the things that they're working on daily is improving server performance here. Now they've talked about this. Now one of the key areas, and we're going to talk about server performance first. One of the things that we've noticed on my stream and playing with some of the other squad players and duo players, both here in the NA and the EU servers, because I play on both. I play on NA and EU with my friends. Is some of the servers do tend to get some lag issues once in a while. It's not every server, it's not every day, but sometimes there's some severe lag issues there. One of the severe lag issues that we've seen has been identified. So let me just quickly read you their summarizing notes. Over the last couple of weeks, they've turned on some settings to kind of improve reporting. And what they've discovered is, as they rolled out updates to improve server performance and profiling of the actual servers for the optimization of bottlenecks, which means they're trying to look and see where the problems are in the server itself, they've uncovered what they believe to be an issue in the Unreal Engine core code. And what's happening with that core code is that the server itself, because of the amount of communication going back and forth, the packets going back and forth between the clients and the servers, the server thinks it's being DDoSed. What happens is the server then says, hey, I think I'm being attacked, so I'm going to start dropping a bunch of packets. So what's happening is 90% of the packets aren't really being received. So you're getting rubber banding and what appears to be server lag, not be able to pick up objects and then moving back like 10 feet. Then, of course, it slowly fixes itself and then the server's okay. So earlier today, which is 4-5 or 4-4, depending on what time zone you're really in, They pushed a patch that they believe will address some of that and improve that lag performance issue from this particular bug that they discovered. One of the things that they've talked about in the changes here is the sound system in game. And they've seen a couple of issues due to some of the changes that they've made at the low level portion of the game. So they're going to be working on footstep sounds. They're also going to be working on some rain sounds and a couple of other key items here. But again, it's going to be tweaking, and this includes some sound improvements in the buggies. One of the sound things that we've definitely seen is that we've seen sometimes when someone jumps into a boat or in the buggy, sometimes their sound kind of goes weird for a few seconds, or they can't really hear anything. They can hear anything but the actual fire vehicle. So that's kind of where they've gone through, and all of this stuff will be deployed to servers and clients on April 6th, which is, of course, later tonight, tomorrow. So hopefully that'll come out. So these are the patch notes that I'm going to be quickly reading here for Early Access Week Patch Notes 2. Client performance have improved when loading buildings from a mid-distance, and service performance has improved. They fixed a couple of issues with buildings not being able to be seen by distance. They fixed, they believe, an issue with door sounds playing at a low volume, meaning the door, you could barely hear the door opening. Adjustment volumes for wind, rain, and footsteps. This is definitely something that's needed. As we know, the wind sound at certain points when you're jumping out of the plane, you can't even hear people on TeamSpeak. But if you don't have that turned up, then you can't hear footsteps. And it's all the same sound area right there. And then, of course, they improved sounds for buggy. When in rainy weather, you will now sporadically hear thunder sounds. So we'll hear some thunderstorms, which is kind of cool. I like that effect. I do like the rain effect in the game. It has gotten consistently better. I love seeing the lightning strikes, from a distance. So it's definitely something that, for me, adds something to the game. It would be kind of cool to see snow too at some point down the road, but forget about that. I mean, all white, who wants that? It's a pain in the butt. It would just blind everyone anyway. Some bug fixes, they said. They fixed a bug that allowed players to hide and attack other players from inside a rock. I have seen that bug. It's not fun to be hit by it. Apply additional fixes to issues with players going under the map in certain areas, so we can't ninja under the map. And fix several issues with weapon switching, and fix an issue with compass direction not displaying correctly. So those are some very good things to have fixed. So that kind of summarizes again for me and Boba Fett here, who is extremely jealous that I'm talking to you guys. It's okay. You got his shower. But again, it kind of goes to show you, how much work they're putting in here. So now that we've kind of gone over that, what I want to do very, very quickly is to go over some of my thoughts of Week 2 Early Access. So I've put in roughly 36, probably a little bit more hours into solo, in duos, and probably about 40 or 50 hours into squads. Somewhere close to that between my time in EU and NA. I've been playing a lot. I've been playing 7 days a week, about at least 8 hours a day minimum, and probably a little bit more than I should. But again, I'm having a lot of fun. So one of the things that we found is, is that I really need the compass to be changeable in color. I need it to be darker. I need it to be a little bit more vibrant. I need to be able to change it a little bit so that I need to be able to increase that HUD. So it's definitely one of the feature requests that I know that they've made some improvements on before. But it would be nice for people that have some color deficiencies where white is just not a good color, to be able to select that color and put that in there. So again, that's a dream because it's such a dynamic object that moves, but it would be nice to have. Also the kill feed, I would love to be able to have the kill feed have a bigger font, have the ability to see after the game who killed me and who I killed, actually have that in my stats at the end, showing me who that was. They don't have to link it to the player account. That would be cool. But, you know, at least to show me those names at the end, you know, who I killed. Because, you know, in the heat of the battle, you know, in squads, you know, it's like, oh, I knock someone down, cool, boom, boom, and I move on. But I would actually like to know, because, you know, one of the things I like to do as a streamer is if I killed another streamer, I like to go on the stream and say, hey, GG, or hey, they killed me, hey, GG, and I'll drop a $10 donation, or I'll slap them a follow, or what have you. But that is something, you know, that I like to do. So those are like the kill feed, and just those two portions of the UI, I think would definitely help people down the road. And it's something I know that we've talked to them about and we've submitted. But again, those are two things I'd like to see some changes on. But definitely performance and optimization, so other people can, you know, to enjoy the game as much as I do, is definitely the forefront there. Also, I think one of the bugs I found was a ability to see through certain walls. So I've been screen capturing those as best I can on stream, and then of course adding them to the bug log as well. I suggest if you can screen capture something, you find a bug or something, go in the forums and submit it. This development team here is, like I said, I've worked with development teams here in the gaming industry in Los Angeles. This team is by far the most responsive I've ever seen to their community. They're the most straightforward, open, and honest team. During the alpha, these folks were, you know, on the weekends in the alpha, these folks were running literally 24/7 for 3 days. You know, just, you know, watching what was happening to make the game better. And in the beta, they did the same thing. So here in early access, you know, thankfully they're sleeping just a couple more extra hours a day, because the servers are always on. But now they're having to manage that process and go through that. You know, changes are going to come a little bit slower as they go through now that we're in early access. But again, I think really overall, I think we can say for week 2, we have a really solid game to play and a solid community to go with. We've seen a lot of big streamers, Summit, 1G as an example, really pushing this game out there, which is great. A lot of the player and partner streamers like myself are doing our part, you know, playing the game, promoting the game. If you're interested in getting a free copy of the game, I'm giving one away right now. You can click on my Twitter link. It'll be in the description, and you can find the giveaway there. And if you have any other questions about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, feel free to stop by my stream on Twitch. The link is, of course, in my description as well. Or feel free to post a question here, and I'll do my best to respond to you as soon as I can. Bubba, do you have anything else to say? Are you enjoying PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds? Are you liking it? Are you liking it? Yeah? Yeah? He enjoys the game, at least, because he gets to yell at me and scream when I do something bad. But anyways, I hope you have all had a lot of fun, and this is Battle Royale. We'll see you guys on the next update.